Good evening and welcome to our gala. I'm happy to have so many of you here tonight, even though we cannot gather in person. As you watch from the comfort of your own homes, we are united together as one community to support Shari Tefillah. It is our community's continued support and commitment that has always kept Shari Tefillah strong, but this has never been as true as during the last 14 months. And it is why we chose Shari Tefillah is our place as the theme of tonight's celebration. It is a recognition that Shari Tefillah is not a building, but a community of dedicated members, staff, and clergy who together have focused on our vision of being driven by meaning, purpose, and connection. Last year at this time, we had no idea how we were going to accomplish these goals during a pandemic. Nevertheless, we held High Holy Day services that lifted us up, inspired us, and gave us a feeling of connection because we were all there together. Another highlight was the culminating celebration of Shari Tefillah's 175-year history, which included a beautiful cantor's concert and the dedication of a new menorah. What we have accomplished during the last year makes me especially proud to be your president. Tonight is a night to celebrate our community. I want to take a moment to recognize our gala sponsors for their generosity. Thanks to Catherine Goldsmith for joining me and David as orchid sponsors. To our lily sponsors, Carrie and Dan Somer. To our rose sponsors, Amy Stark and Jack Cogan, Marcia and Richard Shiner, Barry and Dan Walcher, and Monica and Andrew Weinberg. To our lilac sponsors, Bonnie and Charlie Alter, Ruth Holzer and Mike Biowitz, Lissy Dieringer and Lee Dunst, Jill and Michael Franco, Michelle Silverstein and Rick Furman, Jolie Schwab and David Hodis, Lois and Neil Nyron, and Melissa and Larry Stoller. And to our peony sponsors, Esther Ann Ash, Jen Wendy and Andrew Beckler, Andrea Lebov Clark and Tim Clark, Shari Brasner and Jeff Cohen, Marcy Levine and Jason Chris, Beth and Shelley Finkel, Lori Rublin and Seth Frank, Michelle and Matt Ingber, Audrey and Michael Laufer, Sandra and Bill Lehman, Sumi Okazaki and Alan Pottishman, Melissa Saperstein and Rob Saperstein, Jackie and Michael Shine, Paula Dwaskin-Sitzer and Michael Sitzer, and Jessica and Kyle Solomon. Tonight, we will also be recognizing our Volunteer of the Year, Rich Birnbaum, who is a shining example of the kind of commitment our members make to serve our community. Congratulations, and thank you to Rich. I want to extend a special thank you to our gala co-chairs, Lois and Neil Nyron, and Jason Chris and Marcy Levine, for their dedication and leadership. I'd also like to acknowledge our gala committee members, Bonnie Alter, Essie Ash, Shari Brasner, Ruth Holzer and Mike Biowitz, Andrea Lebov Clark, Paula Dwaskin-Sitzer, Jill Franco, Denise Freeberg, Rachel Gerstein, Michelle Ingber, Audrey and Michael Laufer, Sumi Okazaki, Kim Pilson, Marge Rosenberg, Melissa Saperstein, Jackie Shine, Lori Cedar, Melissa Stoller, Barry Walcher, and Judy Weinstein. And last, but certainly not least, I want to thank our talented and creative development team, Hallie Golden, Dana Rennert, and their intern, Melissa Weinstein. I am optimistic that we will be able to gather together in person soon. I can't wait. But when that day comes, we should remember with pride that we have proven that we can overcome even the most challenging obstacles. So tonight, I want to honor you individually and as a group for everything you have done and continue to do to enhance our Shari Tefillah community.
Thank you, Liz. I echo your sentiments of appreciation for the Spring Gala chairs, Lois and Neil Nyron, and Jason Chris and Marcy Levine, and the Gala Committee. Also, thank you to all of our attendees tonight for your support. As you know, Temple Shari Tefillah is a community that is driven by meaning, connection, and purpose, rooted in Reform Jewish values, and animated by our commitment to each other and to the world. We've seen this mission play out in so many ways, before COVID, and even through these challenging last 14 months. We found meaning in ongoing learning for people of every age, and we found connection through the miracles of modern technology, and we found purpose in the ways we've acted powerfully on our Reformed Jewish values. Our members have made a huge impact in our community this past year, and they continue to do so each and every day. Let's take a look.
This past year has provided us with an opportunity to rethink our values, things that are most meaningful to us, like our families, friends, our health, and our communities, all rose to the surface. To all of you, thank you for supporting the Temple Shari Tefillah community.
There are so many heroes among us. Our congregation was able to keep the doors open and continue to offer meaning, connection, and purpose. For that, we are so grateful.
To see the day of peace. Kol Yisrael, Ha'elim, Zeh B'zeh. Kol Yisrael, Ha'elim, we are all connected, one spirit, one heart, will never be apart. Kol Yisrael, Ha'elim, Zeh B'zeh. Kol Yisrael, Ha'elim, we are all connected. Kol Yisrael, Ha'elim, Zeh B'zeh. Kol Yisrael, Ha'elim, we are all connected. Kol Yisrael, Ha'elim, Zeh B'zeh. Kol Yisrael, Ha'elim, we are all connected.
I'm thrilled to introduce tonight's performer, Reform Judaism's musical superstar, Dan Nichols.
Each one of us must play a part. Each one of us must heed the call. Each one of us must seek the truth. Each one of us is a part of it all. Each one of us must remember the pain. Each one of us must find the joy. Each one of us, each one of us. Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Lai, Dai, 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 Lai, Dai, 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 Dai. Lie, die, 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 da. Lie, die, 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 da. Lie, die, 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 da. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Nichols, coming to you from my studio here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm grateful to be with you tonight. That song's called Kihila Kadosha, means a holy community. And I wrote that with 7th and 8th graders about 20 years ago when we were beginning to study the idea of building a holy community. And I'm grateful to be singing with you tonight. And it was one of the first songs I wrote where I realized that the more I studied about Jewish things, the more easily I got inspired to create Jewish art. So I'm grateful to be with you tonight, and I understand that one of your themes is community, and another one is Sharei Tefillah being your place. And I'm thinking about my place as well, which is Jewish summer camp. I come to you tonight because of Jewish summer camp gone right. I was about 9 years old when I started going to camp. My whole family converted to Judaism when I was about 7. And so Jewish summer camp was every bit a Jewish parent to me as my own mom and dad. And when we were celebrating our 40th birthday at Goldman Union Camp, Gucci's 40th birthday of being a union camp, we chose this theme as a way to honor the moment. It's a phrase that we say anytime we finish a book of Torah. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Be strong and be strong, let us be strengthened. And it strikes me that from the times I've been at Sharei Tefillah, this is a place where you all get to be strengthened as well. And I wanted to share this with you. Thanks for letting me be here with you tonight. We have come from near and far to raise our voice in song. And the more we join in the refrain, the more we feel strong. Chazak, chazak, venit chazek. There is a power in this place and time. It shapes the rest of our lives. For when we return each year, we find a truth we can't deny. Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Be strong and let us celebrate our lives. Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak, venit chazek. Chazak, chazak, venit chazek. As we sing, we link ourselves to those who came before. And we're one with all those yet to come. Our strength, it will endure. Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Be strong and let us celebrate our lives. Be strong and let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Be strong, let us celebrate our lives. Be strong, let us strengthen one another. Chazak, chazak. Be strong, be strong. Chazak, chazak, venit chazek.
That was a great performance by Dan Nichols. Thank you, Dan. Now it's time to take out your cell phones and text to donate. This is your opportunity to pledge a gift to Shari Tefillah in honor of someone or to a specific program so that we can continue to be a place of meaning, connection, and purpose for many, many years to come. Let's turn it over to our auctioneer, Pat Tully. Take it away, Pat.
All right. Thanks, Rabbi. And thanks for having me here tonight for a very important part of the Spring Gala program. Friends, grab your phone, which is right next to you. I know it's already in your hand. And it's time to text to give to our temple. Now, the number is right on the screen. You can see it right there. You can just text 646-832-4321. Or you can also just open up a phone, open up the camera, and scan that QR code right there. But the number's right on the screen to text in, and the QR code, again, just open up a camera and go right to the QR code and open that up. Place that right over the code. Now consider a gift that is meaningful to you and your family. Now by texting in a donation right now, you're going to be helping to support the programs and services of Shari Tefillah that we provide to members year-round. Your gift right now, that can go to support one of our key areas of services like youth and adult education, social action, music, community organizing, and more. And to give, as I said, we've made it easier than ever. All you have to do is send a text. How many texts have you sent today? 50? Send it your 51st and make it meaningful. So get that text, get the phone out right now. It's okay. I was scrolling through Instagram before as well, so the phone was right in my hand. This time the text is not to tell somebody to pick up milk on the way home. No, this text is going to support the great work we are doing in the community. And this is an investment in our temple and our mission. So who's with me? Come on. Yes. Simply send a text to 646-832-4321. You see it right there on your screen. Text the word GIVE, G-I-V-E, plus the amount of that incredibly generous gift, of that 100% tax-deductible gift, and of any amount, of course, with a message like, thank you, Temple Shari Tefillah, or Rabbi Mosbacher rocks, because it does. Yes, it does. Now let's get that trending as well. Folks, also add your name as well. And I want to give you a shout out. And if you don't want to give a name, that's fine. You want to give anonymously? That works too. Here we go. Gifts are coming in right now. There's $180. Mazel tov to the honorees and the TST board, clergy, team, and staff from Jane Carlin. Yes, Jane, thank you so much for that wonderful gift. Our goal, of course, tonight is 100% participation. We want everybody to participate in the text giving tonight. Gifts of every single amount. There's $108. Amy Swatch, thank you for a wonderful community. It is a wonderful community, Amy, and we're a wonderful community because of people like you. Thank you, Amy, $108 gift. Here we go. Those gifts are flying in right now. Let's keep those going. Thank you, Amy, for that wonderful gift, folks. Again, you can see right there on the screen, all you have to do is text the word GIVE, G-I-V-E, plus the amount. Here we go. You guys are figuring it out fast. Hey, you're fast learners. $118 gift. This is fantastic. Thank you. $118 gift right here to thank all of our attendees tonight from Hallie. Hallie, welcome. How are you? Good to see you, Hallie. Well, good to see you virtually. At least good to see a wonderful message from you. Thank you so much for that generous gift. Yeah, $36 right there. Yes, folks. 36. This one's from Anonymous. We'll take it anonymous, folks. As I said, you can give with your name or anonymously. Congratulations, Hallie. There we go. $100 right there. Yes, keep those gifts coming in right now, folks. Just our goal here is to raise $25,000. Come on, let's keep those gifts coming in. Every dollar will support Temple Shari Tefillah tonight. And your philanthropy, of course, there's $50 right there, anonymous. As I said, just text the word GIVE plus the amount of that gift and throw a message in there of thanks and praise to this wonderful community, the wonderful temple that we have. And if you don't want to give your name, that's fine too. Hey, $180, thank you for all you do from Hal, Ruth, Gutstein. Hal, welcome to the party. Good to see you, Hal. $180 from Hal, Ruth, Gutstein. Thank you so much. Here we go. Let's keep those gifts coming in right now. Folks, your philanthropy is going to go to so many vital areas of support. Hey, look at this. In honor of the memory of Richard Laboff, $180 gift. Yes, Think of somebody who brought you into the temple, somebody in your family, a friend who introduced you to this wonderful community, and what a wonderful gift in the memory of Richard. Thank you so much. 180 gift right there. Look at that. Just over $1,132 raised in about 38 seconds. Not bad work. You can get it. There's a $500 gift right there from Alyssa, Joel, Ari, and Lev Musbacher. Yes, thank you so much for a $500 gift. Let's keep this going on our way to $2,000. Come on, folks. Your gifts today are going to support adult education, scholars in residence, and our speaker series. How about youth education, our teen trips, URJ camps, college connection, care packages, so much that we can do. Social action, our soup kitchen, sandwich Saturdays, you know about this. Backpack buddies, come on. These are some of the great programs we provide year-round. Mitzvah Day, you're doing a Mitzvah Day right now. And there's a gift of $518. What a great, mazel tov. Mazel tov indeed, 2 exclamation points. What a great night, 3 exclamation points. Can't wait to see everybody in person. Kyle, Jessica, Mason, and Noah. Yes, we cannot wait to see you in person. And thank you for the generous gift of $518, which helps us to continue to do these mitzvahs, do all of these wonderful things in the community, folks. Here we go. There's $360 right there. Thank you, TST, Beth and Shelly Finkel. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Shelly, for these wonderful, wonderful gifts of $360. So many wonderful opportunities to support right now. Our artists in residence, Cantor's Concert, community organizing. How about Manhattan Together, Metro IAF, $100. That could support our soup kitchen. Our soup kitchen has served 120 meals per day, per week, to people who suffer from food insecurity. We've heard a lot of that. In honor of Michael's birthday, we pledge $180. Yes. Give this in honor of somebody. What a wonderful tribute right there. Thank you, Anonymous, for that gift. Hey, Michael, happy birthday. Congratulations on that. As I was saying, 120 meals per day, per week were served to people who suffer from food insecurity throughout the pandemic. How many times have we heard of this? And this is what this community does. And this program never stopped running thanks to the staff and volunteers and the wonderful gifts of people like Carol Schwartz in honor of the clergy and their kindness. Thank you, Carol. $180 gift right there, getting us closer to $3,000. Let's keep this going, folks. Yes. Let's keep this going, folks. So many wonderful gifts coming in right now. And there's $2,500. Yes, thank you to the whole Share Tefillah community for being there throughout the year, every year. Yes, not just during the pandemic, but every year, every day we are in the community. Thanks to Cantor Kipnis and our choirs and musicians. Music is an important part of our worship. We know this. And there's a $100 gift right there from Anonymous. Hey, Anonymous, thank you very much. Every anonymous $100 gift gets us closer to our goal. Let's keep this going, folks. $360. We saw some wonderful gifts of that amount come in. Yes, and the Backpack Buddies, which we know about. Of course, this year, our members and a Backpack Buddies student leader. There's $1,000 from Ruth Holzer and Mike Biowitz in honor of our wonderful president, clergy, and staff for the great work this year. They have gone above and beyond again and again. Let's keep this going. Now, of course, our wonderful student leader program here is $360, as I was just talking about right now with our Backpack Buddies program for TST, Rob and Marlene. Rob and Marlene, thank you for that wonderful gift. Let's keep these gifts going. They're flying in now. Everybody's figuring out all they had to do was text the word GIVE, G-I-V-E, plus that generous gift of amount of any kind, of any amount, and a message. And throw your name in there if you'd like. And if you don't want to throw your name, that's fine too. You want to give it anonymously, no problem. So many great ways to give. But you can also just scan right over that QR code. Just put your phone, open up the camera, and put the phone right over that QR code. I'm like somebody's grandfather here, just trying to find the camera. But you just put the camera right over that QR code and follow the prompts from there. Couldn't be easier. Or, of course, just text in a gift right now. Hey, $180 in memory of Saul Frank. Wonderful. What a wonderful tribute in memory of Saul. Give a gift in honor of somebody who brought you into the temple, as I said, or in memory of somebody that we've lost. We've lost so many people over the last year, 14 months really at this point. $180 for youth programs from Rich Birnbaum and Jody Weiss. Jody Weiss, Rich Birnbaum, thank you so much. That's $90 to meet you. Rich, you're in for $90 there, so don't forget about that. Over $7,000 raised, $108 in memory of Irving Schneider. That's what we're talking about here, folks. What a wonderful tribute in honor of Irving. Let's keep this going. Here we go. How about this $500 gift? That, of course, we are blessed with dedicated volunteers leading our social action force. There's $180 right there for youth programs. Indeed. Yes. $180 for youth programs from Anonymous. Thank you very much, Anonymous, getting us over the $7,500 mark. Let's keep these gifts flying in. Yes, we are blessed with dedicated volunteers leading our social action forces. And there's another $180 gift right there to children's program in honor of my grandson, Miles. Barbara Winnower. Barbara, welcome to the party, and thank you for that incredibly generous gift in honor of your grandson, Miles. Yes, and he's thinking that right now. Thank you so much for that wonderfully generous gift. Folks, let's keep this going. A donation of $500 is going to help us partner with organizations, bring in speakers, and spread word about our efforts. There's a $180 gift right there in appreciation for this community. Todd, Becky, Tyler, and Emily Kipnis. Emily, thank you to the Kipnis family, the wonderful Kipnis family. Thank you for all that you do. Every gift matters. Every gift is 100% tax deductible. And this is the moment right now. This is it, folks. Here we go. $118. Thanks, TST from J&A. What a wonderful gift, getting us over $8,000. Thank you, J&A. Here we go. Let's keep these gifts flying in right now. $118 there. Thanks, TST from J&A. Think about this, a $1,000 gift, which we've seen before. There's a $100 gift. Yes, we love it. In memory of Rabbi Scott Korngold from the Tenenbaum family. Wonderful gift from the Tenenbaum family in honor and memory of the great Rabbi Scott Korngold. Keep those gifts coming in, folks. There's a $900 gift right there. Thank you to clergy and staff for all you've done this past year to keep us connected from the Potishman Okazaki family. Yes, over $9,000. Come on, folks. We're on our way to $10,000. We can't leave it hanging here. Folks, $900 right there, $100 right before that, $1,000. There's $100 right there. Yeah, now we're over that gift there. In honor of Masa, we have loved and treasured every minute of it. Thank you, and thank you for that wonderful gift from Anonymous. Folks, all you have to do is text the number on the screen. You text 646-832-4321, the word give, plus the amount of that very generous gift, and throw in a message there of thanks and praise. And if you want to give your name, that's fine. Or just simply grab your phone, open up the camera, and scan that QR code. Follow the prompts. It couldn't be easier. It's just like, you got a menu at an outdoor cafe these days. Everybody's got the QR code. It's the exact same thing we're doing here. Here we go. As I was saying, those gifts that flew in there momentarily, they're a $900 gift. Then there's a $36 gift for Backpack Buddies. Yes, that's what we're talking about here. Keep those gifts coming in. 10 gifts of $36. That's another $360. And there's $180 right there from Karen, Jonathan, Jack, and Rebecca. We love you guys. Thank you. I just added that at the end there because we do love you. So tantalizingly close to $10,000. A gift of under $300 gets us there right now. Come on, let's keep these gifts coming in right now. And there's a $360 gift. Boom, getting us right over that $10,000 mark in our social action work TSC is committed to. Absolutely. From strength to strength, indeed. 3 exclamation points. Is that the first 3 exclamation point we've had tonight? I think that might be. There we go, $360 and $108 gift right there in honor of the hardworking maintenance staff. Joanne. Hey, Joanne, thank you for that wonderful gift there. And yes, how about the staff here? How about a virtual round of applause for the staff? Okay, fantastic. The maintenance staff here at Temple, they're doing an unbelievable job keeping us safe, keeping us healthy. $108 for Sandwich Saturdays. We talked about this in Backpack Buddies for all the great social justice work done at TST. Rachel, Mike, Nate, and Leo Gerstein, everybody involved there. Thank you so much for that wonderful gift and that wonderful message. There's $94 right there in honor of Judith. Wow, that flew by real fast. It's okay. $360 right there to celebrate the birth of our granddaughter, Ava Louise, from Karen and Ben. If I mispronounce Ava or Eva, whichever way that they pronounce that. Here we go. Let's bring back that $94 gift. I want to see it. Ah, there it is, in honor of Judith, Lee Gilbert, and Kathy Gilbert, and Keith Safian. Thank you. So many people have been giving. Leah Gilbert. Excuse me, Judith, Leah Gilbert. I apologize for that. Another $20 from me into the mispronunciation drawer. Thank you. Keep counting those gifts there. Folks, so many great ways to give. How about a gift of $1,000? Now that can support religious school and help find new ways to learn in the year ahead. And here we go, $118 for our wonderful community from Rabbi Sharon Litwin. Thank you so much, Mazel Tov, for that gift right there, $118. On the next gift. The next gift is getting us over $11,000. Come on, folks, let's keep these gifts coming in. And there we go, well over $11,000 on our way to $12,000. Give $360. Thank you, TST, for all you do. Wonderful things that you do. Here we go, folks. $11,284 raised right now. Keep these gifts coming in. $180 gift right there in honor of the Pathways graduates. Yes, from the Ingber family. Ingber family, thank you for that wonderful gift of $180. Folks, so many wonderful gifts coming in. Yes, in honor of our Pathway graduates. And did you know that we had 294 students enrolled during the pandemic, including our Teens Pathway programs, which you just saw right there. $118. Happy to be a part of this wonderful community. Bonnie and Charlie Alter, thank you for bringing that wonderful gift to the altar, so to speak. $118, $11,582 on our way to $12,000, folks. Keep this going. Our Teen Pathway program and our attendance was at an all-time high, a $2,500 gift. Yeah, let's just stop and talk about this $180 gift. Thank you to all the volunteers, staff, and clergy. Judy, Gerald, and Melissa, keep those gifts coming in. I love these gifts. I love all of the different gifts that we got. On our way to $12,000 right now. Here we go, $2,500. Folks, that could, of course, thanks to our talented clergy and staff, which we've been talking about here all night. The temple has provided numerous virtual programs this past year, and they've included speakers, cooking classes, men's engagement activities, outdoor walking tours, a paper midrash session. Folks, keep this going here. How about we saw some wonderful gifts of $36 right there. How about a gift if we had $3,600, what that could do for our backpack buddies? We've seen so many wonderful gifts. There's a $180 gift right there in honor of Sydney Lazar from Bob and Marlene. I assume that's Sydney Space Lazar, but that's fine. It doesn't matter if you put a space in or not. Thank you for that wonderful tribute from Rob and Marlene. Let's keep this going on our way to $12,000. Folks, a donation of $3,600. All these wonderful gifts that are coming in. There's $360 right there. 10% of the way there for a special place to worship. It sure is. And be part of this community. Lon and Zena Kaufman. It's Kaufman. Okay, $20 from me again. Well over $12,000. Keep these wonderful gifts coming in, folks. A donation of $3,600, as I said, could pay for 1 month of Backpack Buddies. And there we go. Over $12,302 raised. Boom! How many minutes was that? That was pretty quick. That was pretty quick. Folks, thank you for your generosity. As I said, the donation line is still open. Continue to text and give that number to that friend of yours who promised you they would be here tonight. 646-832-4321. Keep those gifts coming in. Just text the word give plus that message and the amount of that gift. Folks, and tell those friends of yours that, hey, the gift line is still open. You're still welcome to give and to donate right now. 100% tax-deductible gift to Temple Share Tefillah. Folks, thank you so much for your generosity. You guys have been unbelievable. In just a few moments, look at what you've done. Thank you for your generosity, and enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you.
Good evening. I am honored to present the 2021 Volunteer of the Year Award at this event tonight to Rich Birnbaum. Rich and his wife Jody have been members of Shari Tefillah since 2004. They have consistently given of their time, support, and generosity in numerous ways over the years. Rich has been an active and instrumental member of the Caring Committee for about 6 years and has served as the chair of the committee for the last 2 years. As the staff liaison to that committee, I know firsthand how dedicated and devoted Rich is to the important work of the Caring Committee and to helping and supporting congregants. As part of that committee, Rich developed the Shiva Minyan program, where he mobilizes and organizes committee members, including often himself, to make Shiva visits to congregants, comforting them in a time of need. He has transitioned this seamlessly this year to virtual Shiva visits on Zoom. In addition, along with other committee members, Rich organizes the annual High Holy Day card writing effort to members who had a loss in the past year. Most recently, he has spearheaded the Caring Committee's effort to help members schedule COVID-19 vaccine appointments, and he has also volunteered at the hubs. During the pandemic, he has helped with congregant outreach calls as well. Together with their sons, Bernie and Freddie, Rich and Jody volunteer on many occasions, including Sandwich Saturdays and Mitzvah Days as the project captain for the John J. Park Cleanup Project. They have also traveled with the temple on a civil rights trip and to Memphis. In addition, after Hurricane Sandy, Rich and Jody helped our Tasty Teens at an important cleanup. Being active supporters of the Reformed Jewish camping movement and of Eisner Camp specifically, Rich and Jody have been liaisons between Temple Shari Tefillah and the camp community. Rich and Jody's generosity has stretched across all fundraising efforts at the temple, including the Spring Gala, Hillel Emergency Appeal, Annual Appeal, URJ Camp Scholarships, youth programs, and more. Of course, there are so many more ways that Rich has supported Temple Shari Tefillah and has helped to make it a special place for all of us. So I am proud to present the 2021 Volunteer of the Year Award to Rich Birnbaum. Mazel tov, Rich.
I was inspired to become active in temple activities by my sons, Bernie and Freddie, who were both very engaged in the youth programs in their teens, and also by a few temple members I'd like to acknowledge who have reached out to me over the years. Deborah Anisman approached me about 10 years ago to join the Visioning Steering Committee, which was a year-long project to define the vision and direction of the temple. This was a great opportunity to meet other congregants and to learn about their backgrounds and what they envision for the future. A few years ago, Mitzvah Day Chair Marlene Nadal asked me to become the project captain for the John Jay Park Cleanup Project, a position I gladly accepted and have assumed ever since. My wife Jody and I, along with our kids, had been regulars on this project, which is an afternoon of planting, cleaning, digging, shearing, garbage pickup, and other dirty but fun activities. I've met a lot of people on this project as well. Fortunately, mostly younger people who are okay with lifting heavy things and bending down a lot. It was Rob Stoltz who approached me at an oneg about 6 years ago and asked me to join the caring committee. Serving on the caring committee has become the most meaningful aspect of my temple life. We connect with members on an individual basis in good times and bad. During this past year, we have responded to the pandemic in many ways, including assisting with congregational outreach calls, helping people make vaccine appointments, and attending Shivas on Zoom instead of in person. I'm very proud of the work we do and of all the committee members who do contribute so much to the Sha'arei Tefillah community. I hope hearing about my experience has inspired you to seek out opportunities to volunteer at the temple, or if you are already involved, to reach out to another member and encourage them to join you in building our community. Thank you.
Congratulations, Rich, and thank you for all that you do. It's time to get comfortable and get ready to laugh. Our next performer is live from Israel. Please welcome world-renowned comedian Joel Chasnoff.
Thank you, Rabbi Mosbacher, and thank you to all of you for joining us tonight. I'm thrilled to be part of the Sha'arei Tefillah Gala event. My name is Joel Chasnoff, coming to you from outside of Tel Aviv, here in my home in Israel. And in addition to thanking you for joining us, I want to thank you for including laughter in your program. It's been a tough year, but I do believe that Jewish humor can help us get through it. In fact, when the pandemic first began, I actually emailed one of my favorite rabbis, Rabbi Moshe Waldoks. You may have heard of him. He's the co-editor of the Big Book of Jewish Humor. And I asked him, I said, Moshe, are there any Jewish jokes that can actually teach us how to handle everything that's happening right now? Because I believe that the best Jewish jokes don't just make us laugh, they actually can teach us how to live. And Rabbi Moshe emailed me back one of his favorite jokes. It goes like this, very appropriate. Of course, it's about a priest, a minister, and a rabbi. They're sitting around talking about what they want people to say at their funerals. And the priest says, at my funeral, I want people to say that I was a kind and generous human being. And the minister says, at my funeral, I want people to say that I was always there to listen. And the rabbi says, at my funeral, I want people to say, look, he's moving. So I think the punchline is pretty clear. What the lesson is, that even in the worst of circumstances, even in the most dire of situations, we Jews have the chutzpah to believe that there is hope, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And so it is right now. We are going to keep moving until we get through this. So on that note, thank you for joining us. I hope we can laugh together. I'll be the first to admit that it's been a challenging year for me. Thank God no one in my immediate family was ill. However, this year has really challenged everything I know about parenting. I have 4 kids. I have can't believe it. I have 20-year-olds. Yeah, I have twins who are almost 20 that are named Stav and Noam. I have a 13-year-old that's named Yuval. I have a 9-year-old that we haven't found time to name yet. That's how it is when you have 4 kids. It's just so busy, you simply can't get on everything on your to-do list. We're hoping by the bar mitzvah. That's our goal. But the middle child, I feel like middle children, they are sort of the ones with the most complicated questions. You know, the eldest child, or in my case, the twins, they're the leaders. And the youngest child, that's the baby. But the middle child, wow, they present complicated issues. My middle child all the time asks me, who is my favorite? Which child do I love the most? And those of you with multiple kids, you know that there really is no correct answer to this. There's only one answer. I love you all the same. But she argues with me. She says, Dad, that's not possible. You must have a favorite. And I said, what do you mean not possible? Of course it's possible. What if I were to say to you, who do you love more, me or Mom? And she said, Mom. And that was on Father's Day. So thank you, middle children, for making us dads feel like we're not very good parents at all. You know, when my kids were first born, I immediately went out and bought all those parenting books. I'm that type of dad, you know, the type A who reads what to expect when you're expecting and how to talk so kids will listen and listen while kids will talk, which absolutely did not work. That should be in the bookstore in the fiction section. But when my best friend, Ed, when his kid was born, his daughter, I said to him, you know, Ed, what's your theory of raising a child? Because he's Catholic. I said, as a Catholic, what's your theory? He said, for us Catholics, it's very simple. WWJD, what would Jesus do? And that guides me. I said, you know, that's very interesting, because as a Jewish father, my theory of parenting is more like WWMADD and DTO. What would Mom and Dad do? Now do the opposite. And you know, that really is my theory of parenting. I love my parents, don't get me wrong, but I really don't want to be like them. They gave me so much guilt when I was a kid, and I bet a lot of you guys got Jewish guilt also when you were growing up. My parents, they really were the worst. They loved Jewish guilt. They had a bumper sticker on their car that said, if my son worked just a little bit harder, I too would have an honor roll student at Solomon Schechter Day School. And it worked. I mean, because of their guilt, I got into a really good college. I also got a really big ulcer. So you have to take the good with the bad. The other thing my parents did, and this is especially my mom, is she worried, and she still worries, really about everything. And I think that's what's unique about the Jewish mother. Every parent worries, but what is it about you Jewish mothers out there? I think it's that ability you guys have to worry about everything. You have that talent that you can look at any situation, analyze it, and find the potential tragedy somewhere in the situation. Anything can hurt you as long as you do it correctly, right? And I'm going to prove it to you. I'll give you a few examples from my childhood, perfectly safe scenarios. Let's see if you can figure out why my mother was worried in these harmless situations. Okay, here we go. Number one. When I was a kid growing up, we didn't take many big family vacations. We usually just drove to St. Louis or Michigan City, Indiana, or to the Wisconsin Dells. But one summer, my father planned what he called the epic family vacation. He said we would fly out from Chicago to San Francisco and then rent a car and fulfill his lifelong dream. We would drive south on Highway 1 from San Francisco to Los Angeles, the Pacific Coast Highway, most beautiful highway in America. We'd then go to Disneyland in Anaheim and then fly home to Chicago. But my mother said, no, Ira, that is dangerous. We should fly to Los Angeles, rent a car, drive up Highway 1 to San Francisco, and then fly home. Now, to me, that was like the exact same trip, just backwards. And yet my mother did have a certain logic. Who here can figure out what was my mother worried about in this situation? You ready? Well, she was afraid that driving south on Highway 1, we'd be next to the cliff and we could plummet into the Pacific Ocean. Driving north on Highway 1, you're next to a mountain where all you have to worry about are boulders falling onto your car. So there you go. I always laughed at her about that, by the way, but lo and behold, 4 months ago, you may have seen this, a piece of Highway 1 actually fell into the Pacific Ocean. So my mother was way ahead of her time with her worrying. Okay, scenario number 2. We did, in fact, do that family vacation, and we flew to Los Angeles and drove north, just like my mother wanted. However, what did my mother do without telling the rest of us? What did she arrange? And we didn't even find out until we got to O'Hare Airport in Chicago for our flight. Well, it turned out that my mom split my family up. That's my dad, my mom, 2 brothers, and me, the 5 of us. She split us up onto 2 separate flights. We didn't fly together. And when I asked my mom, how come we're not flying as a family on family vacation? She said, I refuse to tell you the answer. Who here knows? Why was my mother worried in this situation? You ready for this? Well, my mother was worried that if we were all on one plane and that plane went down, the entire family would be lost. However, if we split the family into 2 planes and one of the planes crashes, it's okay, because only half the family goes down with it. The other half can live on and mourn them in misery and guilt for the rest of their existence, which is what we call a normal Jewish upbringing, okay? So, those 2 were easy. Here is the final question. This is tough, so put on your thinking caps. Here we go. Are you ready? On my 12th birthday, my Zadie. Now, we need to pause for a second because I'm using a word some of you might not be familiar with. Zadie is Yiddish. I bet we have some people in our audience who speak Yiddish. If you don't know, I'll tell you, Yiddish is a language that many Jewish communities have spoken over the years, and some still speak. It's a beautiful language. Yiddish is a beautiful language. It's a combination of Hebrew, German, and bronchitis. Phlegm is a vowel in Yiddish. Mucus is a pronoun. And I call my grandparents by different names. I call my grandmother Bubby. That's Yiddish for grandmother. And then I call my grandfather Zadie, which is Yiddish for shrinking man. Because every Jewish grandfather is actually slightly going below sea level every day. They are actually growing shorter. Jewish grandfathers have this amazing ability to grow shorter with time, and it doesn't even bother them. That's what's so amazing. Like if I were shrinking, I would be upset. If I woke up in the morning, went to the bathroom, hit my head on the sink, I'd be angry, but my Zadie is fine with it. For his birthday, he's in his late 90s. We are going to get him an anti-growth chart that he can hang it up in the kitchen and take a photo every week of how fast he's anti-growing. And as he shrinks, he's actually getting heavier. Isn't that amazing that Zadies can get shorter and heavier at the same time? They develop this round, sort of extra puffy abdomen. It almost looks inflatable, but they hide it by pulling their pants up to their neck. Where'd it go, Houdini? Ta-da! Anyway, back to the story. So on my 12th birthday, my Zadie, my Jewish grandfather, gave me what I wanted most of all. He gave me a Chicago Bears football jersey with the number 34 on the back, Walter Payton. Except on the back, instead of Payton, it had my name, Joel. Well, my mother wouldn't let me wear the jersey outside the house. I couldn't wear it to the park. I couldn't wear it to school, only in the house. How come? All right, this answer is sort of wild, so let me explain. Pay attention. You ready for this one? My mom was afraid that if I wore the jersey to the park, a stranger would see me and he'd read my name. And then he would call me by name. Hey, Joel! You don't remember me, but I'm an old friend of the family. Your mom told me to come pick you up and give you a ride home. Come, get into my van. And because he's using my name, I would think he knew me. So I'd go with him. You know why? Because I'm an idiot. At least according to my mom. And we actually learned 2 very important things from this situation. First, that Jewish mothers truly can worry about anything. And the second thing we learned is that this is why there are no Jewish athletes. It's not that we're bad at sports. Our mothers won't allow us to wear the jerseys. So now you know how Jews got the way we are and why we behave like we do. Thank you so much for hosting me tonight. I'm really happy to be a part of this event. Again, my name is Joel Chasnoff. If you like my stuff, you can check out my website, www.joelchasnoff.com, or just Google Jewish comedian. And I'm on page 12,907 at the top. I paid to be at the top of that page. Now, I'm turning it back to you, Rabbi Joel.
Wow, what a night. Before our event ends, we bring you a special song led by Cantor Kipnis and the members of Shari School of Rock, Sheer Leadership, and Kol Rina. On behalf of Rabbi Reines, Cantor Kipnis, Liz Sherman, and myself, thank you for being a part of our family and for making Temple Shari Tefillah your home.
When a place gives you a feeling you can't say, when your heart feels down and out when you're away,
when the people in that place put a smile on your face,
then you know you're home. When a smile is like a blessing and a prayer,
and a prayer is said for all who enter there.
and no matter where you've been, someone's there to let you in, then you know you're home.
When you're home, your heart will know it, and the worries of your soul will fade away. When you're home, your heart will show it, and you'll take a little time, and you'll sing a little more before you go.
The waves are crashing, trying to bring you down, and the sands are shifting so fast you can't stand. Find a friend beside you, reaching out a hand to guide you, then you know you're home.
When you're home, your heart will know it, and the worries of your soul will fade away. When you're home, your heart will show it, and you'll take a little time, and you'll sing a little more, because you're home. Yeah, you're home. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
That's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining us.